Alright, so here we have the green Apals. I've stuck it on the wooden fence here to see how the adhesive holds up. And we've been going for 9 hours and 15 minutes on the slow flash, and it's still holding up really well. So we'll come back and see how long it lasts here. I don't think we have any rain in the forecast, but I mean, this adhesive is solid. I mean, that thing's not coming off of there. Alright, here we are. It's about 8:30 at night. It's still pretty light out, but trying to film this in total darkness is almost impossible. So anyway, we're at 225 hours, and the light's still going good. Not as bright as it was when we first started, but once it gets dark, I mean, it's definitely identifiable. The adhesive is still on here. We did get a really good rainstorm come through yesterday, and I mean, the adhesive is still good to go. Plus the heat and humidity in here in Florida. So anyway, 225 hours and it's still going strong. So we'll just keep checking back and see how long this guy will go. Alright guys, the Apals is finally done, and let's see here. Went for 323 hours, 4 minutes. It's a little bit over 2 weeks, and finally died out. It did go a little bit longer than that, had a really diminished glow, but this 323 is where I basically stopped it. That was, it had stuff going on, so that was probably a week ago. But it's finally completely done. But add another week onto that for the adhesive, because it's stuck to the wood with no problem. So really impressed with that. We had a bunch of rainstorms and stuff come through here, and the humidity and everything going on, and it's held up fine on the wood. So pretty impressive. So here's a quick overview of the Apals. As you can see, the different flash patterns here. Here's obviously the green one. A little hard to shoot in the dark, but you get the gist of it. Here's the amber. Here's the infrared. For whatever reason, my camera was able to pick up on a little bit. Just gives you an example of the flash patterns there. There's a button that gives you the different flash patterns: fast, slow flash, and then the steady on. As you can see here, since they're designed as markers, the colored ones have a really reflective, shiny covering coating on the outside there, as opposed to the infrared, which has a black matte type of coating. Gives off a pretty good amount of light. Here you can see the button for the flash patterns again. It's colored on the button itself, so you can tell the difference between the colors, which is easy if you have a bunch of them in a bag together or something like that. On the back here is the 3M adhesive. As you saw in the video earlier, I mean, it does a really good job of sticking to wood or just about anything else. So here I have a green Apals in an ATAX uniform, and as you can see, it'll shine right through the material, including the female side Velcro. It's a great option for marking your uniforms or your equipment at night. Work in low light situations when your buddies are pretty close, but you want to identify yourself. This would have been great in training to identify different teams by different colors at night, things like that. The standard was chem lights, but I think these work much better. So here we have a tactical tailor backpack with a amber Apals in one of the pockets. The thinner material really lets the light shine through there. This would be a good option to mount it inside as opposed to outside. where you want to subdue the light down. You know, a good option for marking your bag from your buddies, or even you know, a medical kit or something like that from the rest of your gear. Just shows an option that's bright enough that it'll shine through the thinner materials. What I did here is I mounted some hook and loop to the back of this green Apals um, to be able to mount it on your equipment or anything you have hook and loop on. You know, throw it up front there for some light. You could even throw it up on the if you got some Velcro or hook and loop on the shoulder portion of it. Or for training, this would be a great option. Throw it on the back of your drag handle, and you know, you'd be able to distinguish yourself or your team or anything like that from your buddies. So just some more options. You know, the sticky tape on the back is great. Just throw some hook and loop on there and you're good to go. So here's a SKD pig plate carrier. Actually, it's the pre-production one, so it's basically Eagle plate carrier. And as you can see with the thinner material, the Apals has no problem whatsoever shining through there. As you'll see next here, I have a Woosach plate carrier with a lot thicker material, and the light's just not shining through there. So something like this, you'd have to mount the Apals on the outside if you wanted to mark your equipment with it. A lot of manufacturers are starting to go to lighter weight materials or thinner materials in different areas. So for the most part, you can still get away with you know, putting the Apals in one of your pockets if that's what you wanted to do to mark your gear. So here's another great use for the Apals. Low light, where say you're doing a surveillance in a vehicle and you need to look at a photograph or look at your map, but you don't want to get out your flashlight or even a bigger light that has like a red LED or something like that, but you need to look at your notepad or read a piece of paper like this. I've been using the Apals while doing surveillance, and they work great. You know, you can turn the light on with it in your hand, and what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of cupping my hand and distributing the light through my fingers. So you basically adjust the light just with your hand, and you know, you could do that with a flashlight, but just the thin, flat design of these guys really helps with doing this. So if you need full light, boom, you just, you know, hold it regular and you have full light. If you don't need it, you just cup it with your hand. The long battery life and the fact that they're very small and you can throw them in a pocket, you know, you can throw a couple in a couple different pockets of your shirts, shorts, whatever you have, and you basically always have the light with you. Good for camping or anything else.